Hello everyone, I'm Josh. Today Arpit and I will present you a survey paper topic which is 5G network softwareization, slicing and virtualization. In this presentation we are going to brief you about background and history of 3G and 4G network. After this we will explain you some advanced concept of the 5G network such as softwareization, slicing and virtualization. Let's start with an introduction. As we all know that the upgradation of the 3G network to 4G brought significant changes to the end user experiences, which says that the upcoming network version after 4G is expected to contribute the desiring services innovatively to the world. Currently, 5G networks are being deeply studied to meet the consumer and corporate requirements in near future. Moreover, the usage of IoT is really expanding at a great scale these days. Around 100 billion devices are estimated to be interconnected in few years. This requires 5G connection. A basic factor of 5G system is the necessity to support a variety of vertical industries such as healthcare, manufacturing and automotive. With the help of IoT, automotive industries can improve on certain functionalities such as real-time road assessment, communication between cars, enhance the sensing capability of various sensors to provide a quality and safe ride to the user. The third generation partnership project, which is also called as 3GPP, combined all application domains under four categories which are improved mobile broadband, critical communications with high reliability and low latency, massive Internet of Things with a large number of connections, and vehicle to X communications characterized by low latency and higher speed. Further, talking about network slicing, it works relying on certain technologies, methodologies, and frameworks such as SDN and NFV, which helps in grouping the resources and service based on consumer needs over a single network connection. So, further, my teammate Arpit will continue with the presentation.
Hello everyone, I am Arpit and in this presentation I am going to talk about application of 5G, network slicing, software defined networking, a case study using 5G and architectural principles. Okay, so now I hope that you all are aware of the introduction and background. So now let's begin with application of 5G. The fifth generation mobile communication network will not only be faster than current 4G, but they also has the ability to transform other sectors such as automotive, production, healthcare, and energy. So here I will discuss three applications of 5G network. The first one is healthcare. 5G healthcare use cases will allow physicians and patients to remain connected using a powerful network of 5G. We all know that 5G will boost the healthcare sector through the IoT, smart medical devices, and high definition medical imaging tools. Smart medical devices like wearable constantly track the condition of patients and trigger emergency warnings. Along with this, it can also report to the respective physicians about the patient's health. Therefore, I think 5G will play a crucial role in healthcare sector. The second one is smart homes. The fabrication of smart homes would create the implementation of large amount of IoT devices, and this will intensify the end user experience for the comfort and reliability of the home appliances. Also, everything such as light, air conditioner, fans, television would stay connected to the internet and would deliver the best automated service to the user. And the last one is smart farming. Using the fast internet service such as 5G, the days of optimization in farming sectors are not too far. Also, we can say that with the help of RFID sensors and GPS devices, the farmers can be able to track their livestock easily, and moreover there can be improvements in irrigation control and energy management areas. Using such technologies will definitely optimize the farming process. Now just we'll talk about the challenges addressed by 5G.
Now, I would like to present you the challenges that are addressed by the 5G network. First is the system capacity and data rate. The mobile network that will be introduced after the year 2021 needs to be more supportive for the heavy traffic mobile data. It should also support the increase in data rates even in crowded places and even with higher mobility. To fulfill these requirements, experts believe that a mixture of more bandwidth, network densification, higher spectrum performance, and unloading will be handled by 5G. Next is end-to-end latency. This is the most important aspect for enabling the users of real-time application. Safety critical technologies for vehicle and humans such as V2V and V2I communication needs the quick request and response facility along with the high availability and reliability. These all features seems to be satisfied by the 5G network. Now let's talk about massive number of connections. After upgrading the network to 5G, the number of devices that are currently connected to network will be in multiples of hundreds. Every kind of device will be connected to this network, from low resource devices to high resource devices. Cost is also an important factor to be considered. With the increasing facility provided in 5G network connection, it becomes essential to minimize the installation cost and also the cost involved with their implementation, management, and servicing. NFV and SDN are significant enablers which enable the cost effectiveness in the network technology. Now, last is the quality of experience. There are two possibilities in terms of QoE. If the quality is not maintained, then the users will be annoyed, while if the quality is too high, then it will waste resources from both the customer and provider sides. It will be manageable for 5G to support software and facilities with an optimum and constant standard of QoE everywhere and at all the time. So, these were the challenges. Now, Arpit will continue with the next topic.
Okay, so now let's move on the network slicing, which is very important factor in 5G network. Well, 5G network slicing is a concept that is coined by NGNM, which is also called Network Generation Mobile Network. Network slicing is designed to use virtualization technology, that is SDN and NFV, to plan, divide, organize, and optimize physical infrastructure connectivity and computing resources in multi-logical system to enable the availability of different services. And in network slicing, each slice have its own architecture, programs, processing ability for packets and signals, and it is also responsible for the supply of specific software and services to particular end users. Furthermore, the concept of network slicing and its corresponding operations are created based on the seven prime principles. So, let's discuss seven principles of 5G network. The first one is automation. Well, automation is a procedure that makes any process or system operates automatically without any external inputs given. This enables the configuration of the network slicing fully automated regardless of any external manual process to configure it. Second one is isolation. Isolation is one of the fundamental properties of network slicing concept, and that's why under the scope of isolation in network slicing, it provides security and reliable separation of the services depending upon the customer need along with the enhanced performance. So I think this principle would be essential in network slicing. Now move on the third principle, and that is customization. Well, customization is the principle of concept of network slicing, which makes sure that the resources that have been allocated to each slicing are being used efficiently in the best way to cover up all the needs of the particular slice. Now, just will continue with the next four principles.
Now, talking about elasticity, it is the principle in network slicing which enables the modification in slices. Programmability feature makes it possible for the third party to easily configure and manage the resources and services of the particular slice. End-to-end property ensures the secure and complete delivery of the services or resources from the internet service provided directly to the consumers. With the use of hierarchical abstraction, it is made possible for the third parties to make partial or even full use of certain resources and the services from slice based on the requirements of the consumer. Now let's move to the next topic. Now, moving ahead, let me tell you a few things about softwareization and virtualization. Softwareization and virtualization make it possible to understand the concept behind network slicing. It is the concept that enables several dedicated hardware functions to be programmatically converted to software function, and this can be executed over a generally shared network rather than a specific isolated hardware device. Basically, network softwareization is the concept of design, architecture, deployment, and management of network components. 5G technology management and deployment are considerably improved by the adoption of a series of complementary technologies. The SDN is identified as the primary achievement of the softwareization idea, and the use of virtualization approach introduces the idea of NFV from a network perspective. Now, Arpit will give a detailed explanation on SDN.
Okay, so now I would like to move on to software-defined networking, which is a crucial part of 5G communication network. First of all, the SDN is the provider of simplified solution for the management of the network, and it offers key features that are important for allowing network slicing, such as service-oriented adaptation, usability, robustness, and flexibility. Now, there are three solutions provided by SDN for enhancing the benefits of the network slicing concept. Coming to the first one, Open Network Operating System, which is also known as ONOS. Well, ONOS is the service which is installed on the server, allowing fast recovery from errors and service scanning. ONOS provides strong northbound abstraction for DevOps and It enables the creation of new network service without having to modify the data plan structure. Move on to the second one, M-Code. Well, it is a cloud native system based on code that uses NFV, cloud computing, and SDN mobility to offer cost effective mobile communication. Additionally, it also contributes in the sector of virtualization, which opens the way for network slicing. And the third one is OpenDLAT, which is also called ODL. The ODL is a scalable open SDN platform proposing network programmability. It makes it easy to customize and automate network of all sizes and scalable. As well as the ODL is also considered of the backbone of the commercial SDN solutions. That's all I have to say about software-defined networking. And now, just you can take over the next topic.
NFV installs the hardware-based functions existing in the network to be operated on the virtual environment, which in turn increases the cost efficiency. Network functions that are installed and executed on a virtualized environment are also called as VNFs, that is, virtual network functions. Instead of advanced hardware, the VNFs are able to run on large servers or cloud networks. The NFV reference architecture, which is shown in the figure, facilitates a broad variety of services defined as forwarding graphs. The storage and computing hardware components are frequently shared and linked by network resources in this. Here, the resource planning figure out the optimal allocation of the resources, the connectivity among VNFs, conservation of energy, and reclamation of the resources. In addition, resource manager identify computing, network, and storage resources within the infrastructures. Moreover, the capex and opex factor of 5G are minimized with the help of dynamic resource allocation, load balancing, and the smooth operation with the minimal effort given in the maintenance. This was an explanation of NFP. Now let's understand the topic with a case study.
Okay, so now let's take a look at use case of 5G, autonomous cars and smart cities. Well, the autonomous car is made up of a bunch of IoT devices such as cameras, sensors and lidars along with the appropriate software integrated with artificial intelligence. The primary function of this car is to travel between destinations without any interaction of human. Well, while traveling, the car uses its specific equipment to capture traffic and nearby information by in-vehicle analysis and send local regulating orders to the controller. The major concern is to integrate autonomous car with modern cities as the road to completely protected autonomous vehicles appears long and challenging task for us. The ultimate target is to minimize greenhouse emission while achieving maximum safety and life quality. Let's take an example. Let us suppose a case where a driverless car is operating within a smart city. During this, the car is having an established connectivity for communicating with other entities to predict an efficient route to the destination. This interaction will notify the car about the possible incident that will occur along the path and, when needed, predict alternative ways effectively. There can be two types of event that can occur on the way. So these two events will be explained by Jas.
The first one is the road closure. It is a predefined event. In this case, the city can decide to close a certain street for a certain amount of time. This information can be broadcasted to every signal, cameras, and drones, which will communicate to the car and inform about the event. This communication will be augmented by the low latency rate and high bandwidth using the 5G network. The other one is the accident. This is an unplanned event. Here the information can be transferred by passing vehicle to the other entities. Applications such as GPS and Google Maps provide the notification about such accidents, but it takes time to deliver. While in smart cities, it would be delivered directly to the end users.
Now let's talk about architectural principles. The first principle uses an involvement service in connection with the session initiation protocol, which is also known as SIP, signaling to monitor and discover edge node in a specific geographical region of the city. Well, SIP is determined as a signaling protocol which works between the car and the other entities in the cities. There are three messages that are used by SIP, and these messages are subscribe, publish, and notify. Coming to second principle, this uses the service container for the implementation of component which comprise autonomous car application. In addition, such software is built using a service-oriented design with distributed and remote elements connecting through suitable communication protocol such as HTTP. And service containers offer a segregated and customized environment for managed module, also native migration capability, and which is very important for car flexibility. Well, I have covered the points that I needed to present today, and I would like to thank you for taking time out to listen my presentation. Now, just will explain next topic.
The third principle makes use of multi-access edge computing for the management and supplying of the edge nodes. It helps in decreasing the traffic congestion in the network, and it also enhances the performance of the application by providing computing at the network edge on the user end. Now, I will conclude our presentation for the survey topic. In this presentation, we gave an overview of the 5G network, its application, and network slicing, which is a key enabler of 5G. Network slicing allows collective virtual networks to be distributed over a single shared network, allowing for more effective infrastructure use, lower total cost, and reduced energy consumption. We have also elaborated on the important concepts of network slicing and the technologies that support it, such as SDN and NFV. SDN has a core characteristic that makes network slicing feasible, such as service-oriented adaptation, reliability, and versatility. NFV enables current network hardware-based operation to be run in a virtual environment, resulting in improved cost reductions. We have also included the references in the next slide. Thank you so much everyone. You may ask questions if any. Thank you.